Video we're going to review a couple techniques on adjusting the color balance, getting this image to a proper color. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just rotate it, image rotation counterclockwise. Okay, so we're dealing with a normal looking image. This one is too blue. Okay. So I have an action called warming filter, but I'll just go directly there and show you. So we're going to go to image adjustment, and we'll go to the photo filter first. Okay, so there's a bunch of different filters in here that are preset that are warming and cooling, and then also effects. So I would not do any of the effects. But if you need to warm the image or cool the image, then this is where you could go. Warming would be required if it was too blue. Cooling would be required if it's too red. Okay, so basically you can just eyeball it and look at the different reactions of the filter. You may have not seen any difference in that. But where I'm looking is this area here, and then also this area over here. Okay, so when I go to the next one, very little, but 81, I can see it's slightly more yellow for me. Okay, so you can also change the density of the filter, right? But 25% by default is usually the correct amount. You don't want to mess with anything else in this palette because the preserve luminosity, that's basically to make sure that it has the same type of brightness even with the layer of the photo filter on top of it. So the luminosity is the image coming through that filter. Okay, and you can turn the preview on and off, and then we're going to hit cancel. Another way to adjust the color balance is to go into color balance itself. This gives you a greater control over the different colors that make up the various colors of the image. We'll just say that. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to start with highlights. Like I was saying earlier, if an image is too blue, it's going to need to be warmed up. So in this case, red would be required to warm it up. Let's give it too much. Sorry about that. You can see that's really red, right? So I'm going to back it down to like 25%, right? It's still a little red in my opinion, so I'm going to keep it right at about 15, okay? I'm also going to add about 10 yellow, I would think. Okay, we'll do about right there. Okay, that white's starting to look pretty neutral. Let's go maybe a little bit more. 15. Okay, now this looks good to me. We're looking at the highlights, right? That area there. We can also do the shadows, adding a little bit of warmth there. Just starting at 10. Don't jump past 10 in the beginning. You can really see how it brought that color up, right? So if I deselect the preview, you'll be able to tell. Look at that. It's like super blue, and then that looks normal. Okay, so this is something that I would do in increments of 10 only, and then just play with it, and you'll get used to it. It's more of just how your eye is viewing it than anything. We'll hit OK and save it. Okay, and those are really the best two ways to adjust the color. You can also go to image, auto tone, auto contrast, and auto color. The problem with these auto functions is that they're going for a balanced state, and sometimes to get to that state, they drastically have to stretch out the algorithm and the image doesn't look correct. Okay, so we're going to start with auto color, see how that looks. Boy, that really looks good. So it looks much better than my photo filter, looks much better than everything else. Maybe I'll start using that now. Okay, so we're going to go back. Let's do auto contrast. Okay, that pumped it up nicely. Auto tone. Okay, a little dark. Got some muddling in here, right? Let's see if the auto color changes it. Now it looks green to me. It has a green cast. Okay, so the order of these is really important. Okay, so let's go auto tone first. All right, and then we're going to do auto contrast, which basically did nothing this time, very little, and then auto color. Right, still that green cast in here to me. So really the best result I think on this one was just using the auto color. Right, yeah, it's more yellow, not a green cast. I don't know if you can see that, but to me it looks that way. Gray is usually a little blue and a little green mixed together. In this case, it's a little too green. So if I were to go to image adjustment, color balance, and go into the midtones and pull out some of that green, right? Probably see the difference, right? Can you see that? It looks, hopefully you can see that. Green, not green. Okay. Anyway, that's how you adjust the color balance of an image.